What's good is your boy Terry Money, and today I'm gonna talk about why my spirit spouse is overprotective of me. By all means necessary, by all things that surrounds me and so on and so forth. When it really come down to it though, she is very overprotective of me because she always got my awareness and instincts, my intuition, all that in between my awareness. It's just that, when I was in public there, I was in this plaza place, it's outside mall, walking around, minding my business, sitting down, had a crystal in my hand, twisting it around and stuff, and really just focus, what I'm saying? Just really focus on the nature and the movement of the air and the skies and so on and so forth. And then, there was a lot of beautiful women walking around. People was enjoying their days and stuff like that. But I always had the headphones on and just listen to the sounds of the music and the instrumentals, and I always get into my mode and my trance and my full of ecstasy moments of not really being in tune with reality or people around me. Because here in America, man, it's just that things seems getting worse or worse, and then it seems getting better. But during this age of technology and in the digital era, we come into a point where things is going to be like, I don't know, like the age of Aquarius is something that's out of the ordinary. But when it's coming in the age of Aquarius, definitely starting in 2030 in the beginning stages is, we're already in 2025, but like around 2027 2028 is when things will completely become different. So even though my philosophy is all about the digital and spiritual, I mean, I used to talk about the digital and spiritual, but now it might come back towards that, adding with the physical as well. But the thing about it is, I'm so in tune with the spirits and so in tune with the spirit realm. It's just that it's my ability to tap in to different realities, whether it's the digital or spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a digital or spiritual. So when it comes to my spirit spouse, she always in my consciousness, like communicating me with visions, with imagery and stuff. Whenever I close my eyes and stuff, when I'm walking and sitting down, I'm having visions. Like sometimes visions with the music I'm listening to, visions of my spirit guides. There's multiple visions and imagery that goes through my mind's eye, my non-physical sight. And my spirit wife, she take many images. So I always put her in different images, like the images you will see in the thumbnail and the image you see right here. Mostly those images, but you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she do got her own personal image that I don't know of at this moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? But she will show herself fully if I really just begin, to really turbocharge my chakras, turn on my mind's eye, my third eye chakra, and get access to the Akasha records and stuff like that. Now, the thing about it is, my spirit spouse, she wants me all to herself. So when it comes to these human females, it's like, she really keeps me away from them. Even the ones that want me so bad, that want to be with me so bad. And really, it's all races of females, Hispanics, Asians, sometimes white women, and also definitely black women, of course. But all races of women, always show interest. But my spirit spouse, she want me all to herself. And I know you wondering, you gonna survive being single for the rest of your life? I mean, many people have done it before. People who had 9 to 5s and stuff can't survive on their own. I got a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? But I'm living a paycheck to paycheck, and it's not really a lot of money. So one thing I want to say though is that when it comes down to my spirituality and my hoodoo practices and stuff, is that I'm tapped in with many different forms of astral beings. So you got the lower, you got fairies, you got elves, you got many different spiritual entities that exist within the spirit realm. It's what I'm trying to reach to and trying to live inside of. Like, even though I like Baldur's Gate 3, due to, SSD on the Xbox, it just can't compete with the savings on there. And the file is so big, I can't even log in no more due to the file being so big. So now I really can't play Baldur's Gate 3 unless I got a Series X. Then I might definitely play it again. But one thing I want to say though is that my spirit spouse, she keeps me away from human females. They're trying to show interest or trying to be with me or trying to have intimacy with me. And the thing is, she just want me all to herself. She want me all to herself. And depending on how long I live on this earth, ain't no telling what's going to happen when, and I'm not what happened. I can't tell when the day I pass away, because once that happens, I'm gone forever. You know what I'm saying? I will never be seen again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna only be within the spirit realm or within a dimension where, there's many different astral beings, where fairies around that, where elves and orcs and many different magical beings that you can think of in Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, specifically Dungeons and Dragons, because the thing about with Dungeons and Dragons, when it first came out, it was a controversy how it led people into the fantasy land of all the magical creatures and stuff. Like when you think of goblins and drows and all these different form of magical entities exist within the Dungeons and Dragons franchise. But when it comes to the Dungeons and Dragons itself, it represents the spirit realm that exists. You know what I'm saying? Which is called the Astral Planes. They even speak of the Astral Planes within the Dungeons and Dragons franchise. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, Dungeons and Dragons exists within your imagination or within the spirit realm. Anything you can think of, any franchise you can think of, is active within the spirit realm. Like the astral creates it. I can't speak for a different plane like the material or the spiritual or the ethereal. When it comes to the astral, it creates anything that you can think of just by the power of your thoughts. And once you have out of body experiences and even lucid dreaming, you can create your own reality and your own fantasy within your own imagination of clairvoyance and clairaudience and many different clairs, many different psychic abilities, basically. So when it comes to me, my spirit spouse, she's very overprotective of me because I am the key to our sanctuary, to wherever home we will belong to in the afterlife. See, people love like extraterrestrials, talk about aliens, this and that, but the only aliens that exist are greys and reptilians. Those are the only ones that exist most of the time. When it comes to these other entities, they're coming from different dimensions. You know what I'm saying? Different dimensions. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, within those different dimensions, even us can have access to it. But nobody don't talk about the magical entities that exist within Dungeons and Dragons and all, like the gift Yankees, the mind flayers. All of those exist within the spirit realm. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, magic is practiced in the astral planes. I mean, of course, sorcery and witchcraft, that's what keep the spirit realm active and alive. And with all this is magical esoteric teachings. But anybody can get access to it if you learn how to, do energy work on yourself or do body awareness, tactile imaging, and really strobe your chakras and strobe your third eye and really just have visions just by closing your eyes or with your eyes open. It's very easy to have visualized images. And I've been doing that since I was a kid, been stuck with me since I was a kid. And what that visualization and imagination, because visualization is pure imagination. And if you're alone most of the time and you just explore your mind more than dealing with reality or dealing with people in general, you become of your imagination that you delve into, especially if you add a little bit of music to it. So basically what I'm trying to say is that my wife is overprotected. My spirit spouse is overprotected of me because she don't want me to have wife and kids, because that's part of the oath, that's part of our covenant. And I am the key to our sanctuary, to where me and her will live together for eternity. But I'm not going to just turn around and off myself because it's going to be natural. It's going to be a time, because there ain't no telling when it's going to be, but it's going to be a time where it's going to be natural. I'm not going to just do something to myself to make it happen faster. I still got a lot to learn living on this earth. I still got a lot to learn. Like, I still got to learn about Dungeons and Dragons franchise and many other Fantasyland franchises that talks about, things that's of the astral planes or the spirit realm or in any type of dimension. So that's one thing. So I'm on this earth to learn as long as I'm living and breathing. You know what I'm saying? As much as I can learn on this earth, the more I can understand my third eye, my non-physical sight of seeing through the Akashic records. And that's one thing I'm trying to say. So even though this world seems like it's crazy and stuff, but we gotta understand that we are just living in tough. We just living in a little silent depression. But things gonna get better if you ain't spiritually connected with any spirits and stuff. And if you got someone that's physical, that's good. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like by yourself alone, or you just have animals around, sometimes you just gotta connect to the spirit. Majority of the time, you gotta connect to the spirit in order to understand what you really on this earth for. Because we all of us is on this earth to learn. All of us is on this planet to learn. And that's one thing I want to say. So having a spirit spouse, you know what I'm saying, wherever you add to the covenant, you can have an open relationship. You can have kids and all that. It's just that when I discovered my spirit spouse and when we started making the covenant together, the main oath that I brought into the table is that I would never have wife and kids. And ever since I locked that in, that's why it's so hard. That's why I gotta force field the key woman that's attracted to me to not, approach me. And that's one thing I'm trying to say is that, I made a covenant with my spirit spouse, and it's only her time. It's up to her or any spirit or even Yah himself to take me out to the point where I go home to my sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. So I just want to let y'all know that, how on you are. So I hope you get an understanding. So be on the lookout for my other videos and stay soon. So peace.